Over here, over here.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. It's live coverage of the NBA on Monday night. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports. Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines moments from now. Let's see the stat sheet here for him.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. They've got Jordan, and it's Munoz in at the small forward position. And for Portland, we've got Green, also Washington out there. And it's Palmer in at the small forward. And guys, this is a game we've had circled on our calendar.
2 of the hottest teams in the league. They've been playing terrific of late. I'm looking forward to this one, partner.
Here we go.
And it's going to be the Trailblazers off the tip. It's been no secret that MP's outstanding offense has wanted to put up big numbers against the league's top-rated defensive teams. And teams coming in to play him are well aware of that.
MP and this squad are proving why they're one of the best offenses in the NBA. They set a lofty goal for themselves, made themselves public enemy #1, and squashed the competition. What else can you say? These guys are looking like a powerhouse.
And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. There's Green with the 3. And it's Jordan with the rebound. And here's Jordan. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Shot's good by Lyles.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's McDaniels. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. And here we go. Coach's challenge is being called for here on the out-of-bounds violation.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
Or not. I mean, you seldom get into a situation where it's hard to definitively determine the out-of-bounds call.
And depending on what point in the game it is, boy, it can have a huge impact on the game. So many games coming down to just one possession. Each possession so critical. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
You know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout. So that's technically already a break that could happen regardless of the call staying the same.
Can't connect from short range.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Took the opportunity when he saw it.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
For Dallas, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Got that one.
Up quick. Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Green draws the double. Over in the corner, Washington. Here's the 3. And it's Green missing. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And it's McDaniels with the rebound.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Now, here's Washington. Against the Lakers, he was really on his game.
Well, look, he's struggled so far, but maybe that basket is all he needs to get going.
Here's Jordan. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. Jordan's got 6 points.
Yeah, that fadeaway gave him more than enough space to get that shot up.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What you got for us, DA?
Well, guys, cool hands in that last outing against the Bucks put on a show. He scored 63 points, and as we've come to expect, he filled it up from three-point range whenever he could. A mind-blowing effort, one that's going to be hard to repeat, but it's hard to bet against him. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
And the Mavericks call time here. Fox, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And let's take a moment to honor the Western Conference Player of the Week, Cool Hands.
And what can you say about how huge he has been for this offense? Everything he's done, from the scoring, the shooting, the playmaking, you take him out of the lineup, and there's no telling just how different this team looks.
Now here's Green. He had 27 points last game. Homer no good.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Here's Jordan. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
To the left wing. Here's Klein. Portland again missing. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Last time they met was in Dallas.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
Yeah, but they can expect a whole lot more resistance this time around. No team likes to lose a rebounding battle.
Here's Klein after the made shot from Jordan. 51 seconds left in the first quarter. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. 14 points for Jordan.
That's 10 straight off of the mid-range.
Pass to Klein. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Here's Jordan. No good with the layup.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Dallas leading by 8. Fades back. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
And the Trailblazers shooting a pretty distressing 27% here in the early minutes. Here's Palmer. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Green. That one's good from the corner. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Mavericks on top as they end the first quarter on a 12-4 run. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, they've got Oliver. Jordan is out there with Fox. And it's Forrest in at the 4 spot. Wade left side. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Fox. Washington's checked in for Portland. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, I loved being around the game. And so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story. Here's Wade. The Mavericks pull it in. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Nothing is better than winning on the road in this league. It's so difficult. You savor every one of those.
Wade on the wing. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Pass to Klein. Shot clock at 6. Cans it from downtown.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first. Well, what a half he's had. He has completely warped the shape of this game with his hot shooting.
Now, here's Washington. Defense right on him. Misses the 3.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Fox passes to Jordan. A fadeaway. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Jordan's got 27.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. LeBron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taken 16 through 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Both teams will make substitutions. And there before you are the teams that have been absolutely red hot for the last 10 games. The Mavericks, number 1.
You have to be impressed with their shot selection. I mean, the discipline on that end and the unselfishness really is what allows those great numbers to show up.
Pass to Lively. Here's Snow. Fires for 3. Connects from three-point range. Snow's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in. Outside, Jordan.
Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. But it's no good. To the right side. A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And here's Jordan. He'll bring it up for Dallas. At one point, they led by 16.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw tonight.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
And so he hits the technical free throw. Here's Washington. He's got 5. Portland no good that time either. Outside, Jordan. Pass to Lyles. Tries a 3. Good, and the assist goes to Jordan. Lyles got his second bucket of the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Green kicks to Washington. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Trailblazers have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. Dallas calls timeout. the Mavericks making a change here. Fox is checked in. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Verney, and he jams it with authority.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. A nice shot by Jordan.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Pass to Palmer. Washington kicks to McDaniels. And here is Green. Shoots over Fox. Can't hit from the elbow. And so it's Dallas. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. Their transition game has been in full effect. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in. And guys, I want to talk for a sec about the talent level in this league. In fact, I'd say it's never been better.
You sure about that, Ernie? I sense Shaq getting.
And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the Dallas Mavericks. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Cool Hands in this game, he's been everywhere.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Reminds me of the good old days. Feed it to the big and let him work.
Washington out there with Green. Then there's McDaniels, and it's Palmer, and it's the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland. All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down 1, shot clock is off. If you... Could pick anyone in the NBA. Who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game